In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only War. The main game of Shootas and Teef isn't even out yet, but the demo for the game came out a few months ago, with a shorter level that extended the demo for about 5 to 10 minutes that teaches you the controls. The demo is overall a 10 to 20 minute adventure, but this video will talk about some of the developer updates and the current demo. I've played the demo about 10 times with friends or just by myself. I understand each encounter and some of the metagame towards it. And with that playtime, I can say Shootas and Teef is one of the best uses of the Warhammer 40k license adapted to a video game currently. It adapts the feelings and overall wacky nature of orcs, who are fun-loving, warmongering green savages that want nothing than other to have a good fight and loot, and it is lovingly rendered in a simple cartoon style that embraces its universe, weapons, and characters. I myself own some physical orc models that have many of the same pieces as the characters you find in Shootas and Teef. You create a path of carnage that follows you wherever you go, and no matter what, you feel like you're the epicenter of chaos, through the controls the character's kit you have, weapons, and melee weapons. The game flows well because of how fast you become accustomed to the controls of the game and its frantic combat, with the game running through how to do basic things like jump, dodge, climb down, use grenades, jump, and use a special wah ability. Using the wall ability puts the orc you're playing as into a mean and green state, becoming frenzied, with them growing larger, pulsating green, and firing continuously, while also being invulnerable to damage. They also don't use any ammo in the clip while their weapon is shooting. This ability goes, as the cool kids say, dumb, stupid, crazy, allowing you to clear rooms or walk up to bosses while pumping damage into them with little risk. There are 4 different ways to color your orcs, making their outfits yellow, red, blue, or black. Colors correspond to different orc clans that are purely cosmetic, compared to how they work in the Warhammer 40k continuity, where the colors they wear give them special traits like being better with guns, going faster, having better luck, and being more physically opposing and muscular. There are only 2 types of playable orcs in the demo. The Flash Kid has a passive ability to occasionally not consume ammo when shooting and having a firebomb grenade. And the Weird Boy, who uses a special melee weapon that stuns enemies, as well as a stunning grenade that fulfills the same purpose. There are also 2 orc classes that will become playable when the game releases. The Storm Boy, who has an improved dash that lights all enemies he passes through on fire, and the Cluster Bomb, which is practically a normal grenade. And the Beast Snagga, who uses a melee weapon override that makes it so he throws explosive spears instead of swinging a chainsword around. Their grenade is replaced with a bomb squig that is a mouth with legs and eyes that has bombs and grenades strapped on it, being used as a proximity mine. But I'm going to let you clue in on a little secret. Characters in games that are all about using guns are usually the best characters in the game, like Salvador from Borderlands, or in this case, the Flash Kid. On paper, the Weird Boy seems to be the worst character because his melee passive sucks. Their grenades are good though and can combo nicely with other orcs, making the Weird Boy the disabler support class. Although you can't play as the Storm Boy or Beast Snagga, they seem to be on the same wavelength with different types of playstyles being used. A dodge, heavy, fast damage dealer, and a simple to play explosives user. I need to play them to truly know how good they are or how trash I am with them, but they seem alright nevertheless. The game starts off in an army of orcs named Wa Gutrekka that is named after warboss Gutrekka. The Wa is heading towards a planet named Ludius to get some fuel and have a good fight. During the ground-air invasion of Ludius, a flash kid named Gargaz suffers the ultimate betrayal from his own warboss, who steals his snaggy hair squig. Kicked out of a dockajet and betrayed by his best mate, Gargaz has only one thought as he jettisons towards the ground. We are given control of the character of our choosing. The first level is a tutorial showing you how to move, jump, dash, shoot, throw grenades, switch weapons, and use your wah. With learning the skills of moving and jumping with precision that no gaming journalist could ever match, you drop down through a vent and find an Imperial Guardsman, who can either be equipped with a knife or a lasgun. For this engagement, all you have to do is shoot them with your slugger and kite them around because they only have knives out. The two guardsmen you're fighting suck though, so you can run through them on even the hardest difficulty. The slugger is a pistol-like gun with a 15-clip magazine that shoots slowly but does alright damage for each bullet, being overall the most precise weapon to use in the demo, that is outclassed by weapons you find later on. After that, you shoot open another grate and grab a heal squig. Picking up a heal squig instantly heals you for about 50% of your max health. In the next room, you find your first group of gobos. Gobos are mostly melee and only about half as tall as you. They're a bit more numerous, showing up in groups of 4 or 5. They make you shoot slightly downwards and are not very challenging. They can also sometimes be equipped with sluggers. In this encounter, you just kill them with an explosive with red barrels with a grenade being put right in the middle of them. After heading down, you have to dodge some fire geysers and fight one singular Imperial Guardsman with a knife, then crawl into another room with an Orc boy and Imperial Guardsman having a knife fight. Orc boys are from the Goth clan, and act like guardsmen from a different faction, that are much more willing to get up close and personal to you, charging you no matter what weapon they have. While gunning down some patrolling Imperial Guardsmen, you can pick up a Shoota. The Shoota is an automatic weapon with medium accuracy and a high fire rate with 25 ammo. This weapon is only buffed with the Flash Gets passive, making it almost gain 5 ammo per clip, allowing you to spray down enemies without having to manage your ammo as much. After you walk to your next heal squig, Orcs and Gobos come from behind you. As long as you aim at the heads of the Gobos, the spray pattern will hit all the heads of the Orcs behind them, making it a relatively easy encounter. Then you run into an Imperial Guardsman with a lasgun. Being the first range enemy you have to fight makes them a bit different. Guardsmen don't like to move as much and like to shoot you from a range. Just run up to them and use jump and dodge to deal with the lasers. With another heal squig in sight, guardsmen are sitting below, ready to ambush you. This is where you're first introduced to your wah ability. The wah ability really is your safety button, making it so you can mince anything in your path. Fighting upwards and ducking into some rubble brings you to the first real arena. With you knowing basic gameplay systems, the leash is off, and you are introduced to your playground. The arena has 3 layers to it, in a pyramid formation, with guardsmen fighting gobos and orcs alike, with you being right in the middle. Dip, dodge, duck, dive, and dodge. Throw grenades and demolish everything in your sight. Watch out for projectiles and move from level to level and shimmy like you're playing somebody with a battle rifle in Halo 3. And use your wall with your shooter out if you ever feel overwhelmed or cornered. After everyone except you is dead, you move into a room where you need to open a door with a lever in order to move on. When you do, a wave of gobos, melee orcs, melee guardsmen, and lasgun guardsmen suddenly sprout up. Standing up where you start off works just fine, firing down with your Shoota, killing everything, rushing at you, and maybe pulling out your slugger at any guardsman too far away, or dropping down and getting up close and personal. At the bottom of the pit, there is another door trapping a heal squig that can only be opened with a valve right next to it. Everything seems fine until you start cranking that valve so hard you tear your succulent-toned deltoids and get ganked. Now you're the stupid baby who's at the mercy of them. They're right above you and right in front of you. Unless you rush them like the orc you're supposed to be, and by that I mean running back up to the thing you just fell down and shooting them at an equal level while using your wah to mop everything up. After that, your orc embarks to a mech shop, while air farting to get to the next level as fast as possible. As soon as the next level loads, you fall down a hole into a squig spit roast containing the holy grail of this demo, the Boomstick. The Boomstick does your taxes, texts your mother so she knows you love her, gives you dangers, and obliterates everything in your path. The Boomstick is the workhorse weapon of this game, just like how shotguns are in many other shooters, like super shotguns from Doom. Yet again, this weapon excels in the hands of a flash kit, allowing it to never run out of ammo in most situations, and covers you with its 6 shell reserve that becomes more of a 7 or 8 shell reserve with the flash kit's passive. In the Squig Barbecue, all you have to do is focus from right to left again, using your wah if anything gets close, and reloading your guns during small bits of off time while everything else respawns. After that section, you're brought into a larger area with a flame geyser blocking your path forward. Using all your brain cells, you'll have to find out that you have to use the valve above the flame to move forward to shut off the flame geyser. The shack that is in the arena is also good cover and allows for lots of space between you and other orcs. After moving on from that, another grueling task where you go into a smaller arena with a locked door happens. The door needs to be activated with a switch on the top right of the arena that sends a current down to activate the door in your way while a small blue spark travels down the wire. This forces you to stand your ground against the great green tide that comes towards you. During this time, the goblins actually realize that they can use sluggas, and they probably work well with it, being able to run away and shoot at you. After opening up a door, you climb up into the mech workshop. You fight orcs while getting in, yet another flame geyser pauses your advance, and at this point, your screen starts to fill up with lots of baddies. Keep dodging and jumping above the choppas to avoid taking a lot of damage, and after that, cranking the valve right next to the flame geyser clears your path. In the bottom of the mech shop, you have to climb through a vent while more orcs and goblins follow you. This is one of the only times you switch back to your Shoota to make sure all of your docket hits. After blind firing out of the vent and killing an orc in the basement, you jump past the head of a Stompa, climb into a small optional area that secures you a heal squig and a grenade refresh that you might need for the most player-unfriendly arena yet. You've walked into an orc metal concert, and the soundtrack swells as the orcs start adding lyrics to the song that has been blasting through the entirety of the mech shop and goth outpost you've been in. Only one thing to do to prove yourself as the biggest and the baddest. With fire geysers on the top and bottom floors blocking your path, you have to fight many orcs and gobbos, going from platform to platform, using your wall if anything gets too close and dodging out of the way of bullets. Boss Knob is somebody you need to respect because of his oppressive chain axe and his big Shoota. To get rid of the Knob, the best thing to do is to chunk their health with your Boomstick while wawing to avoid damage. On hard mode, this will evaporate half of the Knob's health. After that, you have to gain a lot of distance and switch to your Shoota and throw a grenade at him quickly while he blasts his Shoota at you. If you don't get out of the way of this, you're almost instantly eviscerated, but if you get away with it, he falls very fast. When the thumping soundtrack dies down and our hero Gargaz mounts his wall against Gut Rekka, the game becomes fully realized. Every part of the game combines together to make you feel as orky as possible. From the fun-loving and gory art style, simple to understand and to use controls, with the gameplay systems that allow you to run up and fight anything with ease, along with the metal soundtrack, making you feel like the giddiest, greenest, meanest git around. Shootas Blood and Teef is a game I cannot wait to play more of, and make a full video deconstructing instead of one just dissecting the demo. That being said, this video took quite a long time to produce. If you like the videos like this, go ahead and check out other pro videos on this channel covering Plants vs. Zombies and a custom Call of Duty Zombies map named Cheese Cube Unlimited. And subscribe for more. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a